Bosses start somewhere.
Hello, and thank you for joining us on Bosses Start Somewhere. It's your girl, Riley Brooks Stith. Today is a very special day because we have switched up our podcast topics, guys. I mean, I know you tune in and you're so used to hearing entertainment stuff, cool interviews with our actors and actresses, and a lot that's going on in Hollywood. But today I have decided to switch up that conversation, and we have the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce, and we're sitting here with Naomi and Chanel. I would like to introduce them. Chanel is the Director of Programs for the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce, and Naomi is the Director of Operations for the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce. So ladies, welcome.
Hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Good afternoon. So just to start, I would love, Chanel, let's start with you. I would love to sort of talk about GLAC. How would you describe the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce for those who are unfamiliar?
The Chamber is a resource hub for small business. So we definitely advocate for small businesses, and we work to create an atmosphere where they can have access to capital, they can network. It's a place where you can build your business, so for capacity building. And I think we have everything available from the soup to the nuts, meaning we can help you if you're a startup, and provide the resources. Maybe you need loans, or maybe there's some marketing material that you might need. And then we also have a business evolution program, which is able to aid and help those who have been in business for a lot longer. And we have our partners and our board members who are able to just wrap their arms around them and take them to the next level. So GLAC is a place where you can elevate and go to the next level if you don't know.
Love it. So that's really, truly then bosses starting somewhere
Right
here. And I know you guys, you advocate for and you promote economic growth and development for specifically only African American businesses, or are you guys looking to do you have a youth division at all?
So we do. We are a 501c6 and a 501c3. So the C6 is the chamber, and the 501c3 is our education foundation, where we help students from Dorsey, Jordan, Washington Prep, and Crenshaw matriculate into college. So we start with them their senior years, and we help them by taking them through a financial literacy course. And we also have available now with our partner with Microsoft for them to take tech courses as well. And so we are mentoring them through school, helping them get internships, job placement, study abroad. So there is a education fund and foundation that we do offer. This year we actually celebrated our 20th year.
Amazing.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so we were able to raise over $118,000 to help these students. And they come from at-risk youth, foster care backgrounds. Some of our students have actually even been homeless. So it is very fortunate for this organization to be able just to touch and reach these kids who are extremely bright, have 3.0s and higher. Some of the students have even been valedictorians of their high school, but they just come from very rough backgrounds in home life. And so it's our job to just help them and mentor them and just help them get through their college experience.
Wow. And Naomi, what, in terms of you, I know you're the Director of Operations here at GLAC. How would you sort of describe GLAC?
So I would say that GLAC is a great advocate for the small businesses. I work a lot with the membership and creating some of the programming and the committees that the Chamber offers. And so, as Chanel mentioned, we do have our Business Evolution Program. We also have a Membership and Programs Committee and a Public Policy Procurement Committee, which gives the opportunity for members of the Chamber as well as Board of Directors to study and review what are the needs of the community and of the small businesses as we come forth with public policies, allowing those small businesses to gain access and capital and things that we are looking to improve the businesses of the Los Angeles community. So Gene Hell, our chairman, is a great advocate for public policy in the Los Angeles area, and especially for small businesses and minority businesses and disadvantaged businesses as well. And so we find that the board of directors, especially this year's procurement chair, Theodora Oye, have really become involved with the membership and what are their needs that we can help fulfill to take them to the next level in their business, and to make sure that they are part of the exciting things that are happening in Los Angeles. Right now there is a lot of construction and projects, whether it's the stadium coming in or the Lucas Museum, and so there's a great number of opportunities that we can find for our members here at GLAC as those opportunities present themselves in the city and getting ready for the Olympics and things to come.
Well, let's just scale back now that we know a little bit about GLAC. Chanel, tell me a little bit about your background. How did you stumble into the chamber here in Los Angeles?
Well, I have to go a little bit further back. So I went to undergrad at Howard University. Hey, HBCU pride. And I was a business major, international business finance. And one of the courses, or one of the programs that I was involved with, is junior achievement. And that was my introduction into the nonprofit sector. And so I had to teach kids business in the inner city schools. And I just saw the impact that my presence made in the classroom, and just how these students were not exposed to people who were in business, or just those that went to college. So it was definitely like an eye-awakening experience for me, and just seeing just their backgrounds. And I would teach a class, and then they would leave my class feeling all warm and hug them, and then they'd go into a car with someone just cussing them out. And so I just saw there was a need there to really be a mentor and just have more of an involvement in the community. And from there it went to American Humanics. I was in leadership in that nonprofit organization. And then I think that's kind of like the string, the beginning of the string that led me here. So I started my own nonprofit.
As I know you started Kingdom Kids Performing Arts Academy.
Yes.
Amazing.
With a friend of mine who also graduated from Howard. And we started this organization to really help students who had interest in the arts, and that needed an outlet, but also to help them in terms of tutoring, to make sure that they were college bound. So we started that, and as we grew, I found myself not having the capacity or the sustainability. And so with that, and just seeing some of the issues that happen with starting a nonprofit, and thinking because you have a business major, that business finance background, that you can run a nonprofit without proper funding and grant writing, I went to USC to learn how to do it. And so I studied philanthropy there, and still worked with the School of Business there, the School of Marshall, and just had a lot of experience and a lot of exposure through that. And somehow, after working at USC, a friend of mine from Howard, it all traces back to Howard, said, "Why don't you work for the Black Chamber of Commerce?" And I said, "The what?" I knew about the LA Chamber of Commerce, and I knew about that, but I had no idea that there was actually a Black Chamber of Commerce, and not to mention in Ladera Heights.
Okay.
Right? The Black Beverly Hills.
Okay. If
So,
you didn't know.
right. Now there's actually signage on La Brea that says the Black Beverly Hills. I'm so excited.
Amazing.
And so I applied, and just learning about more of GLAC and what they did, at Howard, they really taught us about legacy and how to build that legacy. And just talking to Jean Hale, and at the time, Vice Chairman Kareem Webb and Angela Gibson, you could really tell that they really cared about giving back to the community. And that was one thing that was important to me. And I think that was a vital thing of my core values, connecting with the mission of this organization, giving back, and just being there for the community in a big way. And I feel that Jean has made a tremendous impact on the community these last we're going in our 27th year.
Incredible.
27th year. And so just to be able to be a part of that legacy is a true honor. And to sit on the shoulders or stand on the shoulders of Jean Hale and Angela and just continue, hopefully continue to make the mark in the city. So
Absolutely. And what about you, Naomi? What is your background, and how did you stumble into GLAC?
So I guess that stumble would be a great way to say that. I am not in the same background. I started in an athletic training background, actually. I went to school for athletic training in Cincinnati, Ohio. I went to Xavier University.
Amazing.
And I had an interest always for medicine and for athletics, but never together, never was an athlete, but like the opportunity to heal those who were athletes.
For
and
sure.
So growing up throughout my life and throughout high school, I was interested in sports medicine. And so I found myself at Xavier University, and after Xavier, had the opportunity to sit for the board certification, took some preparation classes for that, found that it was not something that I really wanted to do, but wanted to see if it would still pan out after 4 years. So I decided to do my master's at San Diego State.
Amazing.
I got my master's in rehabilitation sciences, but I found that some of my work experience working with vector marketing throughout college was something that I would like to pursue further. So during my first and second year at grad school, I opened a branch office with vector marketing and Cutco Cutlery.
Amazing.
And I moved to Las Vegas for the summer. And I opened an office, and I had the opportunity to hire a staff and run a team atmosphere where I shared the product and the value of Cutco Cutlery, a U.S.-made company that's been around for 40 years and over. And so I found that working with individuals and young people and working with different high schools was something that was very, I would say, just powerful in a way of reaching someone in a different way. I found that the schools and the individuals in Las Vegas were something that I've never encountered before. So I worked with students such as Chanel did, where they are things that they would never learned before, or opportunities that had never been afforded to them. So in my programming with vector marketing, I had the opportunity to share a product that we'd share with homeowners and with families that are married. And some of the students that I worked with could not list one or two people that had ever been married or own a home, and just things that I had never experienced myself that I found in these students, and the challenges and the things that they worked with in the different environment there. And so Vector provided an opportunity for them to get their first job. Vector was my first job and my first opportunity to work in the summer of 2009. So I took that opportunity to open my office and be a manager with Vector. I worked with them on and off for about 5 or 6 years. And then I graduated from my master's degree at San Diego State, and it was time to find a job because my loans were starting. And so no more forbearance.
Okay.
And getting ready to pay those. And so I found myself working at a staffing agency, Pride Staff Agency, where the opportunity of GLOC presented itself. And so while at Pride Staff for 4 or 5 months, I went on an interview with GLOC. They were in a transition state. One of their operations managers had left, and their manager of the office was on her way out, and so they were looking for new staff. And so I interviewed for the position here at GLOC, and I came on a temporary basis to see how it would work, how I would do. And 5 months after that, I was hired as an official member of the team, and I've had the opportunity to really just grow and learn in this position and in this experience. It's such a joy to work with a staff of African Americans and for the betterment of African Americans, especially in this community. And so I find that very just moving, and a joy that I have on a day-to-day basis, that I get to go to work and not deal with some of the different things that a lot of corporate America experiences, that my parents and even my younger siblings have experienced in their job atmospheres. And so it's really a delight to be here at the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce. And in a first role, the opportunity to grow, to network, to meet wonderful people in corporate America and in the small business industry, where just everyone is working towards the betterment of themselves and the community as a whole. And so it's very exciting to be here at GLOC. Came by it by chance, I would say, and the grace of God, that I would be placed in an opportunity to grow and be here for 4 years now.
Wow.
And so it really is exciting to see what is in store for GLOC, continue to learn the things in the position that I have here at GLOC, and to see it really be the next thing coming. So in continuing Gene Hill's legacy and the things that he instilled back in 1991, we're excited to see what GLOC has to offer in the year 2020, as we're already here in July.
Yeah, that's why I was so excited to do this podcast, just to bring more light to the African American Chamber of Commerce here, in Los Angeles. How do you become a member? What is the process? Do you guys go through a screening process? Does the business have to be, do you have to have your business license already for those who do this process?
Naomi can speak to that more than I can, but I will say that you can be a student and join. And so you don't necessarily have to already have your business. We welcome everyone in every stage of their business to join. Obviously, there are different rates.
Of course.
For how big or the capacity of your business, but anyone is available to join. But Naomi, I'll let you answer further.
So to answer your question, I wouldn't say that it's challenging to join GLOC. It's a simple application on our website at www.gl3as2cs.org on our membership, which is offered to small businesses, government, students, as Chanel mentioned, and also corporations. And so we do have a very wide variety of membership, or I guess members that make up our membership. And you can be a member as a student for $50. We ask that you're enrolled in school, and we verify that through enrollment. But otherwise, our small business membership starts at $125 annually. And you and I can be members if you're just starting a business. If you like to just be around businesses, if you think it's something that you may have an interest in, I think the membership allows you to be a part of an organization that has a great name. And so being a part of GLOC, just whether your membership is for networking or for opportunities or for later down the line, GLOC gives you that way through the door. So being a member with the chamber is a great start to whatever you like to do. And so whether your business is already in place or you're looking for it to grow to the next level, or you haven't come up with the idea just yet, there's the opportunity to partner, there's the opportunity to grow, to network. And with everything that's taking place in Los Angeles, GLOC is a great start to make sure that you're part of those exciting opportunities.
So much inspiration. I don't even know what to say. I do want to shift the conversation just as we wrap up here. I would love to leave our listeners with something inspiring. So let's start with you, Chanel. And when you're facing adversity, starting your business, in school, etc., what is the one thing you would say to someone that needs inspiration in the midst of their adversity? And take your time. It's a loaded question.
I was just about to say that. It's extremely loaded.
Yeah. But we need it, right? I mean, there's so many of us that have businesses and so many of us that work and also have businesses outside of work and are constantly facing adversity, can't necessarily invest, in their brand right now. So how could they feel inspired? What would you say to them?
So I guess I can inspire by giving wisdom. Yes. of just some tips as a business owner, as I feel that a lot of people start businesses, but they want to do everything themselves. Yeah. And they want to own every single detail and micromanage every single detail of their business. Yeah. And I think as a leader, you learn the value of delegation. And not only that, but valuing partnership. There's so much more you can do if you partner with another organization that maybe has the facility that you might not have, or they might have some other resources that you could use, or they could use your resource, and really just partnering with other organizations that are like-minded, other businesses or business that are like-minded with your organization, and really trying to make a bigger impact. I see so many times organizations that, like I said, are trying to do everything and trailblaze by themselves, but they can only have so much of an impact, right?
Absolutely.
So, the scripture says you send one can send 1,000 to flight, but two can send 10,000. Mm-hmm. Like, there's so much more you can do when we come together, when we partner together. We can do so much more. And I think it's also just having that altruistic, for me, it's having that altruistic mindset. Something that I think that is really pushed here is just, it's not about how high you climb, but it's about who you bring up with you along the way.
Wow. Issa Rae, just going off of that, said something similar where she was like, level up with those around you. Mm-hmm. Instead of going outside of your network, use your network that you have within. So that's amazing.
Definitely. I think there's a lot of skills and gifts that people have that they just don't tap into, and or that you don't know about. But definitely looking around you, like you said, and just networking and partner. And we do that here at GLAC. We partner all the time, like with the Latino Business Chamber, or the LA Chamber, or the Gay and Lesbian Chamber, or the Clippers. We have so many partners that we try to do workshops with, SoCal Gas, all of them, and try to do workshops and really just try to open it up wider and larger for the community. And so we've been very successful at that, of our partnerships. And so I think those are the keys to success.
Absolutely. Partner, for you listeners, business owners, partner. Naomi, what would you say, going off of that with Chanel, when it comes to, giving those who own businesses or that are students facing adversity, how would you sort of inspire them or leave them with some wisdom?
So to piggyback off of what Chanel did say, there's always that saying that there's no I in team, and so it really is a team effort, and the partnerships, as she mentioned, here in the GLAC office, it's definitely a team spirit. Things would not get done if it was not for all three of us, and our leader, Jean Hale, making four. And so in everything that you're doing, take your time and reach out when you do need help. Notice when something is challenging or where something may not be going your way, that there is someone who has done it before you and can assist you in that process. And so I'm really just noticing, I guess, your weaknesses and where there is room to grow, and finding the outlet or the resource to help you progress and move forward.
Incredible. Well, that's wrapping us up here on Bosses Start Somewhere. Thank you so much again, Chanel, and thank you so much again, Naomi. It's been a pleasure chatting with you ladies. And I look forward to, seeing more that, GLAC is doing. What's coming up? Any new events or anything that you guys want to sort of share briefly?
So I think closing it out, we have a town hall that we're having. Is that September 10th. And then we have our women's event in October. It's
Amazing.
Probably going to be the second to last week in October. We haven't decided what date that is, but that's our second year actually doing our women's event, and so I'm very excited about that. Last year we did Women in the C-Suite, where we had 5 women come and discuss of their journeys of becoming in the C-Suite and all that they have had to go through in corporate America. And it was just eye-awakening, and so many people were just touched and moved by that experience.
Yeah,
So
sounds amazing.
I'm excited to see what God's going to do this year, and who will be available to just touch the lives of the women. So
Great. Well, thank you so much once again. You can, find any more information that you guys need at glaacc.org. That's GLAC, the Greater Los Angeles African American Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much, ladies, once again.
thank you, Riley. We appreciate it. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
All right, guys, tuning out. Bosses Start Somewhere.
Bosses Start Somewhere.